Hi, this is Yvonne Pren, your helpful church lady, and I want to show you on this short video some of the reasons why you might want to become a member of the Effective Church Communications website. I'm going to show you the website in just a minute, but this will help you really more than anything that I do to be effective in selling to the church office. So let's go to the website and let me show you around on it. Here we are on the Effective Church Communications website. The URL is www.effectivechurchcom.com. Now, there are a huge amount of resources, literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of resources available on this site. But what makes it useful for you as someone wanting to sell to the church? How can you benefit from it? Well, there are a number of ways. First of all, if you just go to the strategy section and you want to learn more how churches communicate, what's important to them, you can read through the things there. If you don't want to bother with strategy, if you don't want to look up background information on the church, that is perfectly okay. If you just want some samples, some resources for you to use on your sales calls, here's where you go, the ebook and template club. The resources here can be purchased, or all of them are free for members. Now, on the church sales tips site, I will have the pricing information for dealerships and for district sales managers. If you want to purchase an individual membership, it's just $9.99 a month or $99 a year. But as I said, I'll have additional pricing information on the other website. But let me just show you what's available here. First of all, on the template. These are extremely useful because what these are downloadable zip files that have all kinds of publications that you can modify for your churches that are ready to print, ready to go. I have them for all of the major holidays, for different situations in the church. Let me just show you one for Easter, because this is something, of course, that all churches celebrate. Here are the Easter template files. Now, after I get done with this, I will also show you the files that are available as ready-to-print PDFs, but let's go to this one. And as you can see, there are 7 zip files here, and each one of them has quite a few individual publications in them. All you have to do is click on the file and you download the zip file. Now, these are large files. They'll take a couple of minutes to download. Once again, these are for members. You can purchase them, but it's much cheaper and much easier just to purchase a membership. And then once you download the zip file, let me show you what's in it. Here we have our zip file of the Easter invitations, and you can see 4 of the little icons. Now, there's quite a bit here. First of all, let's open up the publisher file. And as you can see, there are actually 26 pages of files. Let me go through them very quickly. You can see there are clip art files, there are spot color files that I've separated for you, there are full color images. I've really designed these so that any printing system, any size church can take advantage of them. So you can see there's just really anything that you would want. It's all here, from the most simple to some very complex, very beautiful images. You can modify the publisher files to make them, for a specific church, print some free samples for them. They're just great. If you want to modify the text, I have the Word files. If you want to, say, send out a flyer to your churches and say, I've got these specific files, here's what I would like to modify for you. I also have a file for you with the high resolution JPEGs and the lower resolution PNG files. You could send them out in an email, or you could print the higher resolution ones. Whatever you want to do, this makes a great package for you to be able to promote what you can do for the churches. Once again, this is only one of 7 template sets for Easter, and out of the Easter files, this is only one of dozens of sets of files for all kinds of different holidays and situations in the church. Now, in addition to the templates, I have a whole series of ready-to-print PDFs. For example, just recently we just had Father's Day, and imagine that you were going out on some sales calls, and here is a whole listing of resources for Father's Day. Here is a ready-to-print bulletin insert, and let me just go ahead and click on this one. There are lots of files like this that are immediately ready to print. Boom, just you've got the PDF, you can print it off, and you have a wonderful sample for your church audience. These are so much better than sort of generic ones that you get from some of the manufacturing companies. Love them all, they're great, they make marvelous equipment, but let's face it, their samples are really awful. And they're so generic because they don't want to offend anybody, and they have to go through all the legal stuff that the churches look at them and go, you've got to be kidding. But on this website, you get some real samples that are the kind of things that churches reproduce. I mean, you know, hundreds of people access each one of them, thousands actually all over the world. And this way you have something that has credibility and that churches can really see something that's useful for them. Now, in addition to that booklet that had a lot of things for a specific holiday, such as Father's Day, I also have quite a few things that will help you gain credibility and sell into the church. This is one of the most popular ones. This is 9 Reasons Why Microsoft Publisher is a great program for churches to use to create print publications. This one, again, if you are a member, you just click and can freely download it. Churches just love this. And you have permission, if you're a member, also to make copies of this for your churches. But this simply goes through and shows how Publisher can create anything just as good as the high-end design programs. This is something from Adobe Creative Suite. This is one I reproduced out of Publisher. You can use the templates. I show you how you can redo a newsletter just from Word to Publisher, how you can create entire sets of publications. And one of the things too, when you give a church audience something like this, it not only gives you credibility and shows that you care about them by giving them the booklet, but you can see when they see something like this, they realize that in their church office, they can create all the publications they need to for an entire ministry. And so this helps them just up their printing, and you get supply sales, and there's just all kinds of good things that can happen when you pass along some of these how-to books. Here is how they can create a church campaign. Here, this shows them how they can take the same images that they create for print in Publisher and put them on their website, something a lot of people don't realize that you can do. And of course, I have the resources to enable them to purchase them for the church discount. So this is something you just really have to know well, because this can also be a great service to your church audience. One other area that's very, very useful is sometimes you want to see what different churches are doing. Churches want to see what other churches are doing, and I have a lot of what are called my Great Idea Swap booklets. Now these are not free, but they're very inexpensive, and members get a 20% discount on them. Now these are huge books, between 120 to 140 pages, and they're a great way to, you can look them over with your church audience just to give you lots of ideas. But let me just go through this really, really quickly. You can see there's background material and then lots of ideas and layouts for churches, different ways churches do things, from simple ones. Oh, this is something I just love. Refrigerator reminders, how a church gets its announcements across to people, a great thing to share with your lots of ideas, different layouts, ways that you can do things, color, black and white. Once again, just to give your audience more ideas. And this is only one of 4 books. And we have Great Idea Swap books. I'm only to page 73, but that's enough. Gives you an idea of what's there. There are many, many different books. The books here are ones, for example, that you can actually order for your churches through Amazon. I have quite a few things. And by the way, any of these books that you see here, I can create a special edition for your dealership if you would want to buy them in bulk and give them out to a church audience. You can simply email me on this, and I can tell you more about that. There are so many things available to you on the Effective Church Communication site. Be sure you sign up for the newsletter. This lets you know what things I've posted that week, what new things are available, what samples are there. It doesn't spam you. It's not a, what it is, it's just really a service service email newsletter that lets you know the new things that are on the website that you can then use, print, pass along to your churches. So I hope this is giving you a little bit of a view of what's on the Effective Church Communications website. On the Church Sales Tips site, I will have the pricing for you for membership, but I do hope you'll join. I think it's one of the best resources for you to be effective in church communication equipment sales. So do have a great week selling, and always feel free to email me if you have questions at Yvonne@effectivechurchcom.com.